And what do you think in terms of how people should be moving right now? What are some of the things they should be looking at?
Yeah, let me see if I can share my screen here. Open system. So let me fix the settings on my computer so it allow me. Actually, let me see. Boom.
And I can share too if I need to. Let me know. We lost him. Okay, he'll come back on. But that's good. This is all a really good conversation. Like, okay, where we at? What we doing? Because it's a whole lot of fear going on right now. Stock market is down. Every market is down. Even now, we're starting to see real estate that's been going crazy for so long. Bidding wars for probably what? Last two to 3 years. It's forcing people to start to bring this of their homes down.
This is if you guys can see the screen. Can you see the screen here?
Yeah, let me add it. Bam.
Okay, great. So a couple key things, and this is just really important to be informed. So right now, let's just talk this month. I believe the end of July is going to be very important. So a couple key things. July 27th, we have FOMC and federal funds rate. And this is where they come together and they're talking about raising interest rates, a full point. If we see that, then that's bad for anything that has risk attached. So it's not just crypto right now that's dropping, right? If you look at the NASDAQ, we look at US 30, these are all asset classes that have, pulled back in the market. So if we raise interest rates, that's going to push the dollar higher. Now, this right here, this chart is the US dollar. You don't need to know, too much about it. But if this is going up, and I think we can even get up to here, pretty much the last time we were at 117 was in 2002. This would push all markets that have risk, like US 30, like the NASDAQ, like crypto, all down. So on the 27th, we're going to know if we're raising interest rates, if we stay the same or if we go lower, which I think the Fed eventually will do. I don't know if it'll be July. That would give us a nice relief rally. Everybody's expecting it to go higher. So, sometimes it does the opposite and the market tricks everybody. But then the next day, okay, this is actually really important as well, is GDP, right? And back-to-back quarters of negative GDP, then you're going to see the media start to sell the recession, which I think we're already in personally. Inflation is through the roof. Everybody is, paying more for gas and cost of goods. So we'll see. We had the report from first quarter, it was negative. So we'll know on the 28th. And then we have CPI. Are people spending money in the economy? And right now, everything's expensive. So it's going to be a volatile July. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, no, this is really, if the Feds do raise rates, it's going to basically cause a bear market for crypto. NASDAQ, that would be good, right?
Yeah.
Right, buyers would be good. And so, but from what I can see, and you tell me what you think, I still think that you don't stop. Well, when you look at assets, you want to buy them low though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, well, especially crypto. Huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want.
Yeah, it's on sale. It's not the time. And I think what happens is I tell people you only lose if you sell your Bitcoin or you sell your Ethereum. this is not the time to sell. You don't sell when it's low. You actually want to take more aggression, because I know at the end of the day, it's not going to just crash. I still really believe, just based on everything that we know in terms of the blockchain technology, dollar cost averaging, we're still headed to see probably at some point a 6-figure Bitcoin.
I agree. There's nothing wrong with Bitcoin. It's actually getting better and actually getting faster, and there's more, miners, and it's more cost efficient, right? The emissions are going actually down, not up. So I agree. Even if Bitcoin were to fall, it doesn't really matter, because the end goal, I believe, will still be up here. People forget there's 21 million. There's only going to be 21 million, and the rest are not going to be like traded or mined for the next 100 years. So we're going to see a supply shock on all of these exchanges. And it's very important now, if your crypto is sitting on any of these exchanges, to get it off. We could see certain exchanges here, like number 3, go bankrupt here soon. Number 10, go bankrupt here soon. There's some stuff brewing that you want to be careful of.
Okay, so I see what 3 is. Wait, let me see what 10 is now. Wait.
This one too is any of them. They're all at risk right now.
They're all at risk. They're all at risk. So really, most people probably need to be moving their crypto over to a nano ledger, maybe.
Yep, I think that's the safe place, the safest place for right now for your crypto.
Oh, nano. Yep. That's where you need to be moving it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah, so you need to be moving it over to a nano ledger. It doesn't need to stay there. I don't know if did I see the exchange that starts with an E and ends with an S on there?
Oh, so no, Exodus is a wallet. So yeah, that's better than an exchange, because you have your seed phrase.
Okay. Somebody was just asking. You see that, Melva? She said, even the Exodus? Okay. All right, great. So yeah, so that's a wallet, not an exchange. Bye, love you. Okay, got it. All right, that makes sense. So so is CoinZoom a risk? Somebody said, is CoinZoom at risk? I think so.
Anything that has an exchange, I don't know what CoinZoom is, but if you don't have your seed phrase, then yeah, it's definitely at risk for sure. In this market, 100%.
Yeah, because what could end up happening, talk a little bit about what happened with, from what I could see, what happened with Celsius. Even if the market goes back up, those people are just in trouble. They're not going to get their money back. Their crypto.
Yeah, they're going to try to work out a deal, but basically Celsius was borrowing too much money. And so Celsius was actually taking money from Aave, which is where people can borrow against their crypto. And they were selling it or giving a higher APY, and they got in trouble, basically. And they've been exploited, and now they went bankrupt. I think they'll get bought out. But yeah, if your crypto's sitting in Celsius right now, then you're in trouble. Hopefully there's a buyout and some people can get something back. But they mismanaged their money by $1.2 billion. This is a big money. It's a big problem right now.
Wow. It doesn't look like Nexo did the same thing.
So Nexo seems so far that they've been pretty smart. They weren't giving crazy APYs, and in the beginning they were, and then they kind of stopped, and they only give APYs on certain projects. But it's all about over collateralization. It's all about what you have in your reserves. These exchanges are getting exposed, like Celsius Network, like 3 Arrows Capital, because their reserves, were gone, and they were all borrowing from each other. This hedge fund, right? This fund got caught basically borrowing billions of dollars from other exchanges. So they were borrowing from exchanges, and these exchanges were borrowing from other people.
Wow.
It's just a huge mess.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So it looks like Gemini might be trying to figure some things out as well.
I think all exchanges are extremely at risk right now. Gemini is firing people. Coinbase is firing people. And the exchanges that are firing people, those are the ones I'd be a little bit, okay, well, why are they doing that? FTX is actually hiring people right now, and they have $2 billion of capital ready to go.
Impressive. That's impressive. Yeah. Somebody was probably a little bit more conservative on the financial department.
This guy right here. This is the owner of FTX. He's the youngest billionaire right now, Sam. Wow. Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I know you and Kurt, I always say you guys like to kind of see who's on the board to kind of see what their spending habits may be, what their history is like, and you can kind of determine the direction that the company is going to go in based on kind of, where they are. Okay, somebody just said, who is hiring again? So let me see. There's an article here. Let me see if I can pull this up. Decrypt, Coinbase, firing. Yeah, so like a lot of the major exchanges, let's see if we can find this. This might be it right here. So let's see. So Coinbase is firing people. I know Gemini is firing people. .com is firing people. FTX was hiring people. Binance was hiring. I can find this real quick.
Well, that made me just think about crypto.com. Same thing with them. It's an exchange, so you don't want to leave your money on there.
They're over leveraged, in my opinion. I mean, they've literally, have like $1 billion. Here we go. $1 billion in endorsement money out right now. Firing Gemini, Coinbase, BlockFi, Crypto.com, Bitso, Bitpanda. I mean, some of these are overseas. OpenSea, right? God, OpenSea. Who's hiring? FTX, Kraken, Binance, Polygon. So Polygon is, hopefully you guys are paying attention to Swipecoin, because we call this out at 30 cents, and Matic right now, or Polygon, is actually at, I think, 90 cents. It's at 91 cents.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's strong. Is that one that you would have that we would have put on MT4 or just as an exchange?
So that would be an exchange. And if you remember what happened with Terra, did you see that, Jewel?
Yeah.
So what? Yeah. So what Polygon did is all of like the ecosystem projects, like they had about 50 projects in Terra. They're all merging and they're all still building, but now they're building on Polygon. They like brought over like a whole team of like 50 different projects and games, and now they're all building on Polygon. Oh, look, XRP is also hiring people as well. Isn't that interesting?
Wow. Let me tell you something. They are like the greatest of all times. They have, gone through all kinds of ups and downs, but I tell you what, whoever is, backing them and behind that, I'm sure you know who they are. They have done great. Their resiliency is outstanding. What is Ripple sitting at right now, by the way?
Ripple's at 36 cents. We have, even if they lose, they win, because the CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, he's very intelligent. He's already building offices in Canada. He's hiring 500 people for a Toronto office. So say they settle or they lose the SEC case, he's already positioned overseas, or he doesn't have to work with the SEC.
Yeah, right. So, period. Yeah, yeah. Do you think you're going to start to see a lot of crypto companies move out of the United States, at least the ones that are here?
Yeah. Ripple's lawsuit is there's a fine line between what's a security and what's a cryptocurrency. We know crypto's a security. We know Ripple is a crypto, not a security. because the SEC already went through Ripple and they let Ripple go on Coinbase in 2017. Settle or they somehow lose, Ripple can just leave the US and operate cross-border payments.
No, Ripple is hiring. Let's talk a little bit about gold and silver and real estate, the other assets, right? What do you kind of see is, because I think that, like you said, I think a lot kind of depends on what happens July 27th with FOMC, what they decide on how that, because it's not going to just impact one asset class. I think all asset classes are going to be impacted by it. Do you agree with that?
100%, I do.
Yeah.
So gold is a risk as well, right? So if we look at gold's chart, sorry about that. Boom. Let's go here. So we look at gold's chart and we saw this like huge run. Let me clear this so you guys can see this. We saw this huge run up from October all the way till February of this year. You know, gold got to 2,000, right? And then price has now pulled back. I believe we'll see, even like people are like, well, Bitcoin's dropping, gold should be going up. Gold's dropping as well. Gold is dropping right down here, in my opinion, to about 1,500. So there is no safe place technically in a recession, right? People think gold is the hedge or Bitcoin's the hedge. Anything that has risk, people will be fearful. So when you look at that into like real estate, let's say you have, you know, a community of 100 houses and the average house is, let's just say 7 incomes, and people start getting 60, 730. I just want to get out 680. And then the whole value of the neighborhood, right, just starts to go down. People start to foreclose that have multiple properties. I don't think, Jewel, it'll be like 2008 because that was a little bit different times. I don't think we'll have a real estate crash per se, because like in Miami, they're just building everywhere and they're building everywhere, right? And people are moving states. But I think there will be a level of depreciation. And I think there will be a lot of opportunity for people that have cash and crypto in 1 to 2 years from now.
Yeah. And I think which is why it's important, I think, for people to still be accumulating, I think crypto. I think the main two are Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah.
Altcoins, I don't know. Did you see Michael Saylor
wants all the Bitcoin and he don't care what he pays, and countries are buying and institutions are buying, and this is the opportunity for banks and countries to jump in, as it's obviously low, and if it goes lower, which I think we potentially could come lower, this could just be a huge trap before later. This buying Bitcoin, Jewel, they're buying companies now. They're going to acquire the Celsius networks and these funds and bail people out and take all their crypto.
Right, because if you're bailing out, all their assets then become your assets.
Yeah.
Well, this is great, Mike. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for jumping on here. I hope this helped you guys. This is why if I invited you, or Mike invited you, whoever, like, you really need to connect to a wealth community that really understands what's going on. And it's not just about getting educated one time. It's about continuing to get educated, because everything keeps changing. One thing, politics impacts, the news impacts, wars impact, hurricanes, all kinds of things impact. So you have to really stay, if you're serious about growing any kind of wealth, top of your education. You cannot expect to master something that you don't know what the heck is going on. You cannot just listen to CNN and say, "Ooh, they said be afraid." No, because the same people that are teaching you are probably accumulating, right? So there's always another side to it. So Mike, what would be the last thing that you would say? Absolutely, Nelva saying, thank you guys so much. What would be the last thing that you would say to somebody who maybe has been on the outside looking in and hasn't really jumped in?
I would say I don't like to use the word like regret, but there's windows and opportunity in the world. You know, there was windows in 2009, 2010 for people that were there, people that had cash, people that were prepared. The number that's, I've been telling people, there's two things you can do right now. You prepare for times that we're about to see, and you can build. You can build your brand, you can build a business, you can start building your account. And regardless, if you think macro, 4 to 8 years, I believe we'll all be in a lot better place. Hopefully the world's in a lot better place, but the opportunity is going to be, it's going to appreciate you're going to appreciate. So just don't be fearful. We live, you know, in a world that will try to sell you fear. You just can't buy it, right? Don't buy the fear, and capitalize on it. When other people are fearful, you know, you can be a little bit greedy to jewel into the organization, because there's a lot of misguidance going on, a lot of people not showing up anymore because of the bear market. Well, the bear market is how you become successful in the bull market. So, Jewel, thank you for the invite, and I look forward to coming back.
Tomorrow at the same time, Curtis Cobain with more tea on the state of the economy. Want to make sure you guys are all the way prepared and ready to go. So thanks, Mike. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.
Yes.
See ya.